got quite a matchup on our hands here, guys. Immortals and North, a match worthy of a $50,000 check. We're going to be getting started here shortly. Let's talk about it.
I do want to see Immortals going just wild. I mean, that's what they're good at.
Let's not forget this is a team that made a major final only 2 months ago now. It's a team of stars, basically. We know what Immortals are, and we know what they're capable of, so this could be a very great game.
In September 2017, the Dreamhack Open Montreal Championship match was about to begin. The two remaining teams competing for the $50,000 grand prize were North from Denmark and the Brazilian team, the Immortals. Since their founding in 2015, the Immortals have won over $500,000 in tournament prizes and have grown to become one of the highest achieving Brazilian teams in the world. Coming off a second-place finish at the PGL Major in Krakow, they were the favorites to be crowned champion. But with a match about to begin, 3 team members and their coach were conspicuously missing.
Well, at this time, I hate to inform you at home, we will not be seeing the first map of Mirage. It does look like the Immortals have forfeited it due to being late to the stage and to playing.
The missing players and their coach finally arrived, but the damage was done. The first round was forfeited.
Guys, is this a mess or is this a mess?
You know, the amount of disrespect Immortals has shown today, I hope they get 16-0'd. Let's go.
Whoa. It cannot be true that a team doesn't show up for the first match. It still blasts me out, you know, it's just, no.
Let's be fair there. There is still a chance for them to win.
Yeah.
It's just, you've already set yourself behind quite a bit.
The Dreamhack Finals were a best-of-3 series. Having forfeited the first map, the Immortals needed to win the next 2 maps in a row to be victorious.
I'm going to go ahead and bring in the commentators now. Guys, let's get your 2 cents.
This is, I think, over 50 events for me in the last 3 years. This is the first. That's pathetic by Immortals' will. I think this should go strictly 1-0. Is that what we call it now?
I guess.
Is that how that works?
I think we're actually about to go live.
Counter-Strike is a first-person shooter where 2 teams of 5 face off. One team's objective is to plant a bomb. The other's is to defuse it, all while both teams are trying to shoot and kill each other. The game features 34 unique weapons, and professional teams have created strategies where each player fills a specific combat role for their team.
So, the Immortals now down by 6. KNG spotting bodies towards the A site already, but North just keeping up this pace. They go charging up the ramp, and it's North with the bomb site in their pocket yet again. Molotovs, frags, smokes aplenty. It's all raining forward and convincing Immortals to fall back. North could have the fastest grand final victory in the history of Counter-Strike CSGO.
Could be a pretty quick day in the office here, man.
North quickly takes advantage of this unprecedented situation with an early lead, and from there, any hope for Immortals becomes a distant dream. North takes the championship trophy with an easy 2-0 win.
I hate to see a grand final turnout like this, but, I mean, the rules are the rules.
And it's a shame, really. As fans as Counter-Strike out there, they probably wanted to see a great game, maybe going to 3 maps, right? We're not going to see that, and they stole that away from us, so it's very unfortunate.
Not only does this look bad overall, I mean, it's kind of a slap in the face to esports.
In the wake of the Immortals' embarrassing loss in Montreal, the Counter-Strike community set the internet and social media ablaze.
The Immortals had to forfeit a game due to not arriving on time.
According to Lucas, he blames their absence to himself and his team players being jet-lagged after traveling from Malmo earlier in this week.
One of the team members, KNG, is also being criticized after reacting poorly to another player's tweet. Pujan FNS Meta of Counterlogic Gaming tweeted out, "Worst part is I lost to a team with 3 players who were hungover." KNG responded back with, "You'll prove it or I'll kill you."
But it didn't stop there as well. He continued posting on Twitter in the direction of FNS, trying to find him at the player hotel after the game.
We had KNG at the hotel actually seeking out FNS, and if that is true, there are things that have been taken way too extreme. Again, we don't know which allegations are true, if these guys were hungover, and Ryu made sure to note that the people who actually made the matches on time were both Steel and Boltz. So it seems that KNG, Hen1, and Lucas1 are apparently the partiers of the team.
So let's be clear, the 3 players that have created this situation by being late to a game, you've just over 2 hard-working pros that did nothing.
The Immortals CEO, Noah Winston, stated that we will address this internally. Actions should have consequences.
Hi everyone. I'm Immortals CEO Noah Winston. I'm here today to talk about some of the recent controversy surrounding our Counter-Strike Global Offensive team after their actions at Dreamhack Montreal just a few short weeks ago. Henny, Lucas, and KNG were late to the finals, and ultimately the reason why they were late to the finals doesn't really matter. For the Immortals organization, winning is just one piece of a much more important and broader puzzle. And we can't let ourselves be held hostage by players that just aren't aligned with our goals as a team. For now, it's time to move in a different direction. KNG was immediately terminated from his contract, and is not a part of Immortals and will never again be a part of Immortals. Henny and Lucas, upon learning about this, made it very clear that without KNG on the roster, they would not be willing to continue playing for the organization. The two remaining members of the Immortals Counter-Strike roster, Boltz and Steel, are the pinnacle of professional players. And we're looking forward to the opportunity to rebuild our Counter-Strike Global Offensive roster around those two. We qualified for the major the hard way once, and if we build our team right, we'll do it again.
Following CEO Noah Winston's announcement, Coach Zakk must face the reality that halfway through the season, 3/5 of his starting roster is now gone. More importantly, having been late himself, he's ultimately the one responsible.
So what happened in Montreal, there's no excuse. I felt just shame for what happened. As a coach, my job is to keep the team always on time, always their minds on the game. So that day, I didn't do my job.
I started playing Counter-Strike when I was 11 years old. Back in the days, there was no salary or money involved. I played 4 years professionally, and then I had to retire because my dad was going to kill me if I didn't. So I started to work in an architecture firm and started to study architecture, but then they invited me to come to Immortals, which is my dream. It has been a year that I've been coaching Immortals.
Right now I'm heading to meet Nick at our office. Nick is our general manager. I'm not sure how he's gonna react to all of this. I'm kind of worried. This meeting with Nick is gonna mean a lot. It's gonna decide the future of many things. Montreal, I think, was the most embarrassing thing that I ever did in my life. I felt like a trash, to be honest. Hello, Nick.
What's up, Zakk? How are you?
Some journalists came to ask for an interview, and I couldn't even look them in the eyes. It's my responsibility.
I've been with you for a little while. You've been doing a good job coaching the guys, but we got to talk about where we move from here. We do take professionalism very seriously. Having players show up to matches late, not good. Social media nightmares that we've had with some of the players and their reactions to a lot of things that happen, whether they're rumors or not, unacceptable. I want you to keep coaching this team, but we have to talk about where we move from here.
I totally agree with that, and it's not just one mistake, it's a lot of things that happen. So I don't want just a team, I want them to feel like a family and play happy, and I think we can manage that.
So I think we're gonna have to find other options. We need an opper, and we need someone who's gonna fill Lucas's role. We need an entry fragger.
The opper position is named after the gun they primarily use. It's the most powerful in the game, and these players typically rack up the most kills for their teams. Former teammates Henny and KNG were two of the best in the world. Lucas was the team's entry fragger. This important position is the first one to enter the fight, often deploying a smoke grenade and barreling in, guns blazing, hoping to catch their opponent off guard. These players die more frequently, but are important in positioning their teammates for victory.
Are there good oppers that we could pick up? Are there any entry fraggers in Brazil that are ready?
I'll have to talk with Steel and Boltz and see who they played before and who they trust, but we're gonna have to do a little bit of research.
I don't need superstars. I need people who are just hungry. Because you can teach professionalism.
Yeah.
Let's reestablish that culture, that family culture, and we'll go from there. All right?
Yes, for sure.
After Dreamhack, of course I was like sad because we were there, we were about to win. Suddenly everyone falls apart.
We need the new players.
Yeah, we need the new players because I'm so like hungry to play again.
After all this drama happened. It's different for us. We do not feel the same because if you are a Counter-Strike player without a team, you are just a casual player. You're not gonna be a professional.
I play Counter-Strike like for 4 years maybe, but professional for 3 years. I joined Immortals when we were here with another organization.
Boltz moved to the U.S. to play for Luminosity Gaming in 2015. A year and a half ago, he joined the Immortals and has since become one of the best riflers in the world.
I play Counter-Strike since I was just a kid, so my dream for myself is to become a major champion for sure because the highest place on Counter-Strike that you can get. It's my goal, and I think it's like every single Counter-Strike player goal.
The Immortals' in-game leader, Steel, started playing Counter-Strike with his older brother when he was only 10 years old. They would travel 8 hours each way to Sao Paulo for small tournaments. 2 years ago, he moved with his best friend Boltz to the US and eventually followed him to the Immortals as well.
Me and Steel know how to like build a team, but we need the players with right mentality to do that.
When we have like everybody in the house, we can talk to them too because maybe they have like new ideas how to get better because Counter-Strike never stops, so we cannot like keep thinking about these problems. We have to move forward.
The Immortals' 5-person roster only currently has 2 players. After meeting with their general manager, Coach Zakk huddles up with Steel and Boltz to scout new potential replacements.
The first step to rebuild a team is to think about the roles, what we lost, what we need, and start to watch demos from every player that you think is a potential. We have to do this fast because IEM Oakland is 2 months, and we really need to start practice.
IEM, or Intel Extreme Masters, is one of the premier esports tournaments in the world. With only 2 months until this year's finals in Oakland, California, the team has a long way to go to be prepared.
What are our options?
The players and coach will nominate Brazilians they know who could fill the spots they need. After making a list, they'll scout film of those players' matches and take a final vote.
I played with Destiny for quite a while. If you guys approve the way he plays, I trust him as a person 100%.
Destiny is the best available entry fragger in Brazil. If the guys like his game tape, there's no reason to look anywhere else.
Alper,
Yel, ZK,
maybe Maluk from Team 1.
Okay, secondary Alper.
I think this is the easiest position because we already have Horv as a 6th player, and I think he can do this role like super good.
The best Counter-Strike teams in the world have players on their bench who they're grooming for the future. Horvey has been the team's 6th man for 3 months. Even though he's only 19 years old, this is the perfect opportunity to see if he can cut it on the starting squad.
Do you think he's going to be comfortable doing this?
I think he will. I mean, he's waiting for this opportunity for a long time now.
Yeah, I trust him too. He's a good kid. Harvey brings to the team that hunger that we had one time because he's so young and it's his first chance on playing on a Tier 1 team. Okay, so we have this position already filled. Let's check some Destiny games to see what you guys think about it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Destiny currently plays for Tempo Storm, another Brazilian team. The Immortals have had strong ties with them for years, as Boltz, Henny, and Lucas were all former Tempo Storm members.
I think Destiny makes a great entry fragger because, in my opinion, he has one of the best aims in Brazil. The thing is that he has a really good raw skill, but he doesn't know how to position himself on some situations, maybe because of experience.
So this is something easy to fix.
Yeah, he's really aggressive too.
This is one thing good, because me and Boltz, we are a little bit passive, so we need an aggressive player in both sides.
I think he is our guy. I vote yes for him.
Cool. I'm in favor 100% too. Now for the second step, we need to choose an AWP. Yell, ZKK, and Maluk. I think what it makes a good AWPer, he doesn't need to do the flick shots that Hen used to do or the clutches. If he can hold the positions we give to him, that's enough. So what do you guys know about Yell?
Yell is an AWPer for Luminosity Gaming, one of the Immortals' biggest North American rivals.
I know a lot about in-game because I play against them all the time. It's hard to play against him. He is the one that is most close to be ready to play under this pressure that we are used to it.
I think we should move on to ZKK and see how he's playing right now.
ZQK has had a lengthy Counter-Strike career, dating all the way back to when Coach Zakk was a player himself. He has also teamed up with both Steel and Boltz on the team formerly known as Keyed Stars.
I played with him for 4 years. In my opinion, he's an excellent player in the game. And outside the game, I have no words for him.
I agree 100%. I love the guy. He used to be one of the best, if not the best player in Brazil for CSGO.
He just have a bad.
Yeah, he had a bad time playing for the American team. Maybe his confidence is not at his best.
I think this is psychological. This is something we can work really easy.
Yeah, I think we know him super good. We can move to Maluk.
Cool.
Maluk is the oldest of their potential AWPers. He has spent the last 3 years playing in Brazil for Team 1.
What do you guys think about him? I personally don't know anything about him.
I think he's really good, but maybe too passive for us. I don't know. What do you think, Stu?
I agree with Boltz. He's 100% different from the AWPers that we had.
Having watched enough tape, the team can begin their deliberations.
But the main thing, at least for me, because we are having problems outside the game, right? Mentality, dedication, the problems that we had in the last lineup, it can't continue with these lineups.
I think that at some point, even I was thinking about maybe we should split. Maybe Steel should go to a team, Boltz to other team, and me. But we keep together, and I'm very proud of that decision.
With 3 choices to fill the most important role on their roster, this decision could completely change the fate of the Immortals franchise moving forward.
Let's move on to vote.
Still needing to fill the most important position on their roster, the Immortals have scouted 3 of the best AWPers in Brazil. Now comes the hardest part, deciding who will take their team to the next level.
When we were trying to create this new team, this role, AWPer, is probably the most impactful role in the game. He could change one game all by himself.
We have Yell, ZKK, and Maluk. Steel, what do you think?
I vote for ZQK.
All right. Boltz.
We don't know about the future. We just need to put on that work and see how we're gonna do. Yeah, for me, I think it's ZQK too.
ZQK too?
Yeah.
All right. I think we have our new AWPer.
With their primary AWPer role finally selected, ZQK is the last piece of the puzzle. And paired with Horby, Destiny, Steel and Boltz, this Immortals roster could eventually be one of the best in the world.
I think maybe because of the hunger for the game. My players on the other team, they had that, but I think they lost a little bit. But this team right now, we have players that they need to prove themselves. So they're gonna give everything they have. So that's really good. I'll talk to Nick, I'm gonna call him, and let's see if he can handle Destiny contract and ZKK, and we can start practice ASAP, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Back at the Immortals Santa Monica headquarters, their general manager, Nick Fan, is hard at work securing the team's new talent. His first call is to another Brazilian team located in Southern California, Tempo Storm.
Hey Andrew, it's Nick over at Immortals. As you know, we're rebuilding our Counter-Strike team. I have my eyes on some players, and one of them is Destiny.
The Immortals will have to purchase Destiny's contract, which can sometimes be a sticky situation. Luckily for Nick, today, things would go smoothly.
All right, thanks, man. Let me know what we need to do to make it happen. I'm excited for it. Hello? Hey, ZQK, is that you? Some of these players might be free agents. Some of these players might be contracted to other teams. And the goal is to try to identify what their situation is and how we can acquire them. I would like to bring you in. How does that sound?
The last and best call of the day is to the youngest member of the team. Today, Nick gets to tell Horvey that after 3 months on the bench, he's been given the promotion of a lifetime.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I'm good, man.
Hey, it's good to see you. How's Portugal?
It's getting colder every day.
You heard the news recently, yeah?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, it's not good news, right?
I mean, exciting news for you. I need to rebuild this team, and I think you're ready. I think you're a good, driven player, and I want to see what you can do with Steel and Boltz on the main squad. What do you think?
Bro, I think it's great, to have this news. I'm really happy to have this opportunity right now.
Let's make it happen. You excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited, man.
I think this team is going to do great. They're going to grow extremely quickly. They're going to learn a lot. I'm excited for what this team can accomplish.
Guys, good news! We finally got our team together. I talked with Nick. He's handling the transportation from the players. We got ZKK, Horvey, and Destiny under contract.
So all done? We can go back to practice
all done.
again?
Just waiting for the
Nice.
transportation, and we can go back to work.
Nice,
Finally, man.
Finally, man.
Yeah!
Counter-Strike's not over. We still have the whole year to play. We still have the whole year to keep practicing. So yeah, of course, we have to create a new team, and it's a challenge. But challenges are good because we're never gonna quit chasing this dream.
My goals for this team is to be top 10 of the world again. But we need time.